All right, here we go. Let's read chapter 5, the final chapter of Frog and Toad Are Friends from Arnold Lobel. This fifth and final chapter is called The Letter. Toad was sitting on his front porch. Frog came along and said, "What's the matter, Toad? You are looking sad." Hmm? Why do you think Toad was sad? "Yes," said Toad. "This is my sad time of day. It is the time when I wait for the mail to come. It always makes me very unhappy." "Well, why is that?" asked Frog. "Because I never get any mail," said Toad. "Not ever?" asked Frog. "No, never," said Toad. "No one has ever sent me a letter. Every day my mailbox is empty. That is why waiting for the mail is a sad time for me." Frog and Toad sat on the porch, feeling sad together. Do you ever get mail? I love getting mail. It would make me sad if I never got anything. I know how Toad is feeling. Then Frog said, "I have to go home now, Toad. There is something that I must do." Frog hurried home. Why do you think he's hurrying home? Make a prediction. Why do you think Frog is going home? Frog's a really good friend. I think I know why. He found a pencil and a piece of paper. He wrote on the paper. He put the paper in an envelope. The envelope he wrote, "A letter for Toad." Frog ran out of his house. He saw a snail that he knew. "Snail," said Frog, "please take this letter to Toad's house and put it in his mailbox." "Sure," said Snail, "right away." Right away? Snails are pretty slow. I don't think they're going to be doing anything right away. Then Frog ran back to Toad's house. Toad was in bed taking a nap. "Toad," said Frog, "I think you should get up and wait for the mail some more." "No," said Toad. "I'm tired of waiting for the mail." Frog looked out of his window at Toad's mailbox. The snail was not there yet. "Toad," said Frog, "you never know when someone might send you a letter." "No, no," said Toad. "I do not think anyone will ever send me a letter." Frog looked out of his window. The snail was not there yet. "But Toad," said Frog, "someone may send you a letter today." "Don't be silly," said Toad. "No one ever sends me a letter before, and no one will send me a letter today." Frog looked out of his window. The snail was still not there. I told you, snails are really slow. "Frog, why do you keep looking out the window?" said Toad. "Because now I am waiting for the mail," said Frog. "But there will not be any today," said Toad. Do you think giving Frog's letter to Snail was a good idea? Do you think so? "Oh, yes, there will," said Frog, "because I sent you a letter." "You have?" said Toad. "What did you write in the letter?" Frog said. "I wrote, 'Dear Toad, I am glad that you are my best friend. Your best friend, Frog.'" "Oh," said Toad, that makes a very good letter." Then Frog and Toad went out onto the front porch and waited for the mail. They sat there feeling happy together. Frog and Toad waited a long time. 4 days later, the snail got to Toad's house and gave him the letter from Frog. Toad was very pleased to have it. The snail was delivering mail. Did you know that mail that comes in a mailbox is sometimes called snail mail because it takes a really long time to get to your mailbox sometimes. So do you think it was a good idea to give Snail that letter? Do you think you could think of a faster animal, maybe, that Frog could have given it to? Hmm. Do you think it was a good idea to give Snail the letter? Why or why not? I want you to go ahead and complete this this recall sheet from the story, and then on the next slide you're going to write Toad your very own letter.